Hey guys, welcome back. It's Grimreaper coming at you for another video for Raidshadowlegends. Hopefully doing well, and hopefully you're having a positive week wherever you are in the world, and hopefully you're having a fantastic 6-year anniversary in Raidshadowlegends. Damn, it's been a long 6 years of playing Raidshadowlegends, and I've enjoyed most of it. It's had its ups and downs, and Plarium, being Plarium, I guess, is the way to say it. Anyway, let's get into today's video. Today we're on BM's account. We've recently showcased his account before in Chimera, and we're going to be showcasing him again today. Just recently got Marius like a week or 2 weeks ago. So obviously we built a new Chimera team, completing more trials, which is BM's target that he would like to do. So we'll do a full breakdown of the run and everything that you need to know in today's video for the trials and all the bits and bobs I could rustle up in today. So I will drop timestamps down below if you want to go into all the trials. There's 16 trials in this team, so there is a lot of trials, and we did get all of them. I didn't fill any for this run, so there is that to take into consideration. So oh god, it's been a long day of recording with all the updates and everything going on in Raidshadowlegends. So let me get into this. I've been working for the past 6-7 hours non-stop. So let's get into this. And yeah, anyway, this is a team. I was playing all the roles. Yes, this is not a free-to-play friendly team. I am aware. I apologize if you thought it's going to be a free-to-play team, even if this is not a free-to-play channel. So anyway, let's get into it. So we have starage coming in here for the revives. He's also going to come in for the 10-meter gain from his A2, block buffs on the A2, and 10-meter gain on the A1. He's also going to be in a high resistance build. We want 500 resistance on everyone. That's why we are using resistance lead with Tim presence to increase my resistance, because I'm a bit short on some of the builds, which I'll show you in the builds. We were just a bit short on resistance, so I did want a bit more. Then we have the Marius, who is the damage dealer. He is mainly built for Livrina with the blessing, but we have changed the build for this, so we'll showcase this as well. Obviously, we're not running a 9-piece merciless in this video because it doesn't actually make sense for the team. Make the trials way harder. Then we have Lydia coming in for the defense down and weaken. The strengthen and the speed up as well to help for survivability, because we are beating 16 trials, which means our team will have he will ignore 50% of the target defense, so it's really high. And she's also bringing the fear to help do some trials on the ram, and she's also going to bring the blocked active skill on a 2 ability, meaning that starage can stay in his better form for that as well, to counter the Viper and lock down the Viper. Freya's in here to reset basically Marius with the A2, and also give that critical rate buff and critical damage buff as well. And then we have the nekmo, which is in here for decrease attack, leech to help the healing in the team, increase speed, the decrease speed, the extra turn meter gain as well. So pretty juicy team. So let's go into trials, and this could be a very long video, and as you can see, it's nearly 4 a.m. in my time, so that's why I'm yawning. I've basically been working since 2 p.m., so definitely longer than 7 hours. Anyway, yes, we did make dinner, so we can't take that kind of out, right? We are looking into trials, so we're gonna go straight into the ram form. So there's a couple of things actually to take off the bat, which is quite important, which took me a while to work out in the run. So I'm gonna say this because the account owners are gonna watch this to know how to run his team. It's quite important not to do the A2 or the A3 on Marius, and only do the A2, because we want to keep the block damage and the counter attack that help increase your damage. Also help keep some of the trials and do some of the trials as well, especially against a ram form. Really will help you because of the block damage. and we want him to be counter-attacked as much as possible against lion form as well, which is quite useful. So we really don't want to use that A2, the A3 with A2. So we want to use that A3 at a certain time, and you will basically see now, because Freya's on cooldown for A3 and A2, we'll then just do the A1, and then this will not reset Marius, and this will give us a chance maybe for the 6-piece Merciless, because he's in that, to get a cooldown on the A2. So we're going to use the increased speed, increased defense, and increase accuracy to try and proc a turn so we can get extra nuke in, and then Freya will just do the reset, the A3 and A2 again onto Marius, and just keep resetting them like that. And it's basically the same throughout the whole run. Rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. Sauna trials are quite difficult to do on this, especially against a ram form. It's pretty hard. We did fail one against a ram form on Nightmare, so it was a little bit tedious, but you know, it's definitely worth it if you're getting this. And he's getting 8 billion now, just over 8 billion, which means that all the chests will reset every single week for him, which means he's going to get way more than me, because I'm only completing around about 6.5 at the moment. So you'll see that this will go through the whole run. This is what I'm talking about. We'll try and do this A3 here to then try and proc the Merciless there, which we didn't get it there. And then she will just do the A3, and then we'll do the A2 onto Marius, and we'll reset him on his cooldowns, and then he's ready to do his A2 anyway. So we're just trying to get lucky with the Merciless to try and sneak in a bit of extra damage. Don't use 9-piece Merciless, because you'll get extra turn and it'll really hurt you against a ram form. So let's go into the ram form then, and we'll talk about the trials. Now I'll talk about the setup. So ideally we want the ram to kill Fyne or Nekmo. We don't want it to be on anyone else really. So that's where we want the damage. You won't be able to tune it with Marius, because you will have way too much critical damage. So there's not much you can really do. My apologies, it's been a long day. So it'll go on Fyne on this one, and then you'll see that you will just revive for this. Now the veil one is pretty hard to do. You do need to get your purposely self killed on that, which is pretty easily done against a ram. You just don't put the block damage on him, and you just nuke him, and then you will be able to revive if you can't pull it off here. So you can see here, there's not much to it. There is the increased accuracy, which you can do with starage against this form, but I feel like it's very hard to flip and then turn back round. Marius will be able to play the A3 as well throughout this, so you can get that accuracy trial done pretty nicely. So you'll see here, we'll put up the accuracy because there's no nuke anywhere available. We're A1 because we don't want to kill our Marius. If you do kill Marius though by mistake, you can just reset with Fyne as well. So then we'll play the defense down, and I think it got reflected back. No, it didn't. Okay, so I think I played the boss back against him. So yeah, now we're just trying to complete the mission. And you'll see here, we'll do the reset on Marius, so he's ready to go to nuke, and then we'll try and get as many things as possible. We'll fear with Fyne, Lydia on the A1 to try and get that trial done as well. So you'll see there we've got 2 trials done pretty nicely, which would have been the fear one, and we did the one on the right hand side as well. So this one's is nearly done, which is quite tedious. I didn't show the other one, unfortunately. It's against a leech, I think, if I'm not mistaken, or defense down maybe. So you'll see there we get another trial done, which is pretty nice. So it was against the accuracy up. You see I'm not too worried about the other debuffs, the other trial, because it's pretty easy. And then we'll just heal all the way up. I think we should get 5 or 6 trials done this time, and I think we get one more done later on the run as well. So we'll go again here. We'll do the reset. You can see the block damage is on. There's not much he can really do. Boom. We're gonna come back in for this, and it's just basically much turn meter as possible. We've got loads of turn meter in this team, which is amazing, right? So again, we don't want to play that A2, we just want to play that A1. So we're trying to do the normal now, and we're trying to do that one, but I don't feel like we can do that one without using ninja, to be honest. And this team is originally meant to be used with ninja, but we couldn't build ninja to do enough damage in a merciless set, so I just threw in Marius instead. We did put cat gaze on him as well, couldn't get it to work. So anyway, we'll see that the 5 trials are here, which is pretty done. I think there's only 2, I think there's 2 more trials to be done on this, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, we get 1 more trial as well, which I'm not too sure which one it was, but we can have a look at that later when it comes back round. So do we... Okay, so we're on the lion form now. So let me go back to the lion form. Should really do a little bit more preparation on the timestamps. So you can see here that the trials against the lion form are pretty simple. We have the leech, we have the enemy max HP. So if you do the reset too much, then it'll be quite hard to pull off. We have the increased defense as well, which Marius will bring to the team, so we can go ahead and pull off them trials as well. And it's about cleaning off the debuff that the lion puts out. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's Hellgazer or something like that. So Marius does the counter attack on A1 to complete the trials from the trial in the middle, right? And we can force him to do that. If we lose a counter attack, then we won't counter attack back. So it's really, you have to be really careful, and you won't be able to complete that mission. So it's just a little trick there to always leave that counter attack on him, and try not to play the A3 too much until you've done the increased defense one anyway. So you'll see here we'll get hit a little bit with some damage, and then we'll come in as well. Nekmo is just going to keep taking his turns. We should be able to pull off some trials shortly. And then we'll come in here. So you'll see here we have the leech one. Nearly done. I think we show the trials in a second. When you're ready. That's the debuff we're talking about there. So you'll see here we'll do a cleanse, and then he will do a counterattack to Marius, and then Marius will do a counterattack back, which will help me with one of the trials. Also help with the third trial as well, with the ally attack or the counterattack debuff. You get that was amazing as well, which you'll be able to do on the second time you face it. So as we're going through, we're working through, waiting. We'll see there we put increased defense up, so I was able to get it through and still get a block damage on me, which is pretty nice. And you'll see there's ally attack. There's going to be the trial, which would have been the counter-attack one. We still got to do the increased defense. We have the decreased resistance on this one, so we completed the leech one. So for this one, we just flipped starage for this one and put up his A3, and that just completes it automatically. Nothing too much of a difficult one. And then this was the one where we had to use the counter attack. So there's another one here with ally attack and counter attack. This one was quite difficult. It's 1.5 million on the A1 of Marius. Yeah, so you can't do enemy max HP, right? So we had to do the counter attack on Marius and then cleanse off the debuff. So then the boss hits him, and then Marius counterattacks on the A1 and then does that trial as well. So that's basically how we're playing it, right? Which I kind of figured it out halfway through. So the shield ones we're not going to be able to do. I don't think anyone has ever completed that shield one, to be honest. Let me know down in the comments. So we'll carry on going through. Obviously, we're gonna try and keep them up. We're gonna try. I don't know if we flip at the moment. Oh yeah, we're just gonna flip here, and then we'll land the A3, which will give me the resistance one, which is cool. Right, and we're able to stay alive and everything, so we don't have to worry too much. Then we're gonna do the increased defense trial, I guess, which will give me number 9. And then, to be honest, like the other two are very easily, like you could leave them until the next trial because they're very easy to complete. And also, like, it might be better leaving the trials a bit later anyway, because you are receiving way more damage the more trials you do, which was a bit hairy towards the end of the fight, to be honest. But there is plenty of HP and etc. that we need to put on the builds here because of the thingy. So this is the only one we need to do now, and I think we do get it completed. Like, we got a turn, 2 turns basically before we flip back round. And I know we got all the trials on this run, so it was pretty useful. So yeah, going through. You'll see here we'll do the A1. So that gives me like 200. But really, if I played it smarter, should have tried to do that one first, because that's got 3 stacks. And the other ones don't have 3 stacks right off the trials that we have to complete. So it's better to focus on the middle one and then do the 2 ones maybe on the second time, so then you don't receive so much damage and you'll still get your multipliers in, which would be pretty decent. So you'll see there's a counter attack again doing his stuff. It is a bit of a long video, isn't it? That's fine. So you'll see here, if I played this better with the cleanse, I would have got a bit more damage because I could have been doing nukes as well in this time. So that's one thing to kind of put in there. I was still learning. I still learn a lot, honestly, when you do these type of takeovers. You know, build a team before. It's very difficult. So this one's decreased speed and decreased defense, which is pretty fine with the team we got. Just need the A3 from Marius to complete. So this one's pretty simple and it's pretty nice and rewards like 3 relic crafting materials, which is pretty useful. So we'll just play the increased speed here. Then we drop the decreased speed. Make sure you have the decreased defense as well before you do the trial. And then you'll see here, we'll complete this trial, which will be number 11. Lovely jubbly. And then you'll see that we can do the counter attack one on the Marius through Freya. As long as you keep everyone alive, it's pretty much to it. There's not much to really kind of say about that. So I'm going to go ahead and skip that because there's nothing to it really. There isn't much to the Viper form here. He's just like, BM's just got to be careful. Like, when he starts getting towards the end of the turn meter, which will take a bit of practice, that we're not leaving counter attack on, because like 9-piece protection, why not counter attack this? So we don't want the critical rate buff or the block damage or the counter attack or even the strength on all the block buffs to go to the Viper form. So before we flip, we're just gonna need to let off all our debuffs die off. So then that when the Viper does his A3, he's just simply putting his poisons out and his poison sensitivity and not taking any debuffs and keeping it low as possible, which is kind of the target, right? If it does happen, like, it's very hard to recover, because they also get like instant turn, which I don't agree with. So you can see here that I actually screwed up, and he's got the increased speed, critical damage, and increased defense, and block buffs, right? But I did kind of be able to save it, but it did lose me some damage for sure. So I think we might play this, and then I stripped it, so. But I didn't really want to do that, if I'm being honest. And then we can just cleanse all this, and then we do the Lydia A3, and then we're pretty much in sync after that. Like, nothing to really be scared of. Like, once Lydia locks him down, I wouldn't flip with Star Sage. No needs. Like, it's better utility on the second side, on his alt form. And then here it's just simple, really. There's not much to it. Like, we're gonna get the block tactic skill one here, which is very simple. We're gonna get the decreased speed and decrease attack and increase speed, which was pretty simple. And then we've got one more on the 14 one, which I'm not too sure which one it was, but you guys can kind of check that. It's a very simple one. I think there wasn't a veil one. I can't remember which one it was, to be honest. The veil one is the ram form, which we'll talk about in a second. Yeah, I don't think we do any more here. Oh yeah, so we've got one more of the counter attack with the lion. And then yeah, you can see. Oh wait, we did the veil one already. So the next one was just really difficult, which is against the ram form, right? The ram form is so it's a funny one, because if you're not quick enough to do the second one, it's hard to do the main one. So this one here, I think this was the veil one. If I'm not mistaken, there was a veil one here somewhere that we had to get ourselves killed. It was one of these ones where we have to need a veil. We had to get Marius killed so we can revive him, or kill someone in the team so we can revive him, or do it straight off the bat when you second time come round. And then this one here was quite difficult, because if you don't complete this one, which we didn't do on Nightmare, then this one's quite difficult to like block it, like the stuns, etc., which is a bit annoying. So that's all the trials anyway. I'm gonna play this through now. You guys can enjoy the music. I'm gonna put this on a 5x speed, and we're gonna go over the builds and everything now on the account, and we'll talk about a couple of things to increase. So we'll start with the mythical. We've got Star Sage coming in here. We really want good HP, good defense, good speed, and then good resistance. So like we can drop this resistance down to about 420 if we wanted. If we're going to carry on using the resistance aura, maybe in 410 because we're going to get that Tim presence to increase our resistance aura. So these are the stats you want to focus on. To be honest, like I don't know if reflex is the best set on him. We just don't have a 9-piece available, and this one of submissives on him for arena, so we just left it on really. And then these on the masteries, which are arena masteries. Everything's pretty simple, pretty plain and average to it. There's nothing to him really. Massively OP champion though, I will be honest for sure. Then we have the Marius build coming in. So we got Marius coming in with 7,000 defense, 223 speed, 94 critical rate. So critical rate is kind of an interesting one because like we want 70% critical rate. Sometimes you do the extra turn and it could be quite useful to have 100% critical rate on him, to be honest. And then 343 critical damage. Want to try and push this critical damage to 400 so we can increase our damage. Like my mouse is 400 or just under 400 with the level 4 blessing, so quite useful. Mine's got 100% critical rate and way faster and 9-piece set as well. So we can definitely make this better as well. So we will carry on increasing Marius's stuff, and there's a lot of oil to come in as well. And then obviously he's wearing cat gaze. The stones are more aimed at live arena, and then soul reap, which is live arena, and then masteries are live arena as well. So yeah, we could definitely make it a bit better if we wanted it to, but it's just such small detail, like I'm not too bothered about it. These are the masteries for Lydia as well, which is mainly Hydra focused. Then we've got cruelty, blessing here, and then we have a 9-piece protection as well. Now we want to focus on 450 accuracy plus 500 resistance, in our case 420 because of the aura. Speed, defense, and HP are the ones you want to focus on. Critical rate, critical damage, and attack is just a bonus. And we're using also golden elixir for the relic. It's just a bonus because she can do a little bit of damage as well. She's a +4, nearly fully awaken. So it's quite useful for that aspect. And then we have probably, oh yeah, let me show you Freya. Sorry, it's been a long day. I'm very tired right now, so I will finish up shortly. We have good speed here, good defense, good HP, and then good resistance. They're the ones we really want to focus on. She's fully booked as well, and there isn't really like any relics to replace, so it's just more a HP and resistance kind of thing. And then these are the masteries that we took, so it wasn't really anything really worrying me. You could use a speed aura, by the way, if you don't need the resistance. If it was a bit more empowered on this, we could definitely do that. And if we can get 420 resistance on Marius as well, it'd be really, really useful. And then I guess it's just showing you the nekmo, right? So nekmo really, really solid as well. He's got the book of journal coming in for the thing. And then he's going to be in a reflex set. We're looking at good resistance, good accuracy, good speed, good survivability as well. So again, we will need to push his HP stats up to kind of make his life a bit easier. Brimstone as well. You want to try and get someone in there with 1 brimstone at least, and then these are the masteries as well. I did go through the builds very, very quickly, which is pretty nice. I also will drop a How Hades file down in the description, sorry, in the comments with this team, so you guys can really go check out the builds and everything as well in a bit more detail. Let me know down in the comments if there's anything you think I can improve, except from bringing Ninja or Toshima in, which we do not have on their account, unfortunately. And yeah, and I guess that's about it for the video. As usual, guys, please remember to like, comment, subscribe. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.